At 1 in the morning, Emma is standing in her dark kitchen, fighting exhaustion to pipe perfect frosting onto dozens of cupcakes. These aren't for a friend or a family member. Emma is baking for a coworker she actively despises, someone she complains about every single evening. She is trading her sleep, her peace, and her dignity for the hope of a polite reaction from a person she doesn't even respect. The process is draining and feels performative, yet she feels unable to stop. She is trapped in a loop that makes no logical sense. This raises a question about human behavior. Why do we often expend the most effort on the people who treat us the worst? Emma's behavior appears to be kindness, but it functions more like a survival strategy. She is managing a person she perceives as a threat. Emma's actions aren't chosen by her rational mind. They are directed by her nervous system. When facing social hostility, our brains struggle to distinguish a rude coworker from a physical predator. This reaction is the fourth trauma response, fawn. It sits alongside fight, flight, and freeze to handle perceived danger. Fawning neutralizes threats through appeasement. By mirroring the aggressor and over-delivering, the nervous system creates a sense of safety. This defense mechanism often wears the mask of helpfulness. We stay late, we offer favors, and we pipe cupcakes because our biology believes that making the predator happy is the only way to stay safe. Emma has essentially turned a batch of baked goods into a psychological shield against a person her brain has categorized as dangerous. Even when the physical threat is low, the subconscious ego keeps the dynamic alive. The ego views standard affection as baseline. However, validation from a hostile person is treated as a heavy prize. If we convince a difficult person to approve of us, our worth becomes undeniable. We use people we dislike to measure our value. This creates cognitive dissonance. The brain has to justify why so much energy is being spent on someone who offers nothing in return. To bridge that gap, the brain creates a narrative. It suggests the toxic person is just misunderstood, or that one more grand gesture will finally change their behavior. This combination of ego-seeking and justification keeps the cycle moving, leading to a pattern of over-delivering for people who provide no reciprocity. The next morning, Emma brings the cupcakes into the office, still searching for that validation. The coworker takes a cupcake, takes a single bite, and remarks that the frosting is a bit too sweet. In that moment, the narrative Emma built to justify her effort collapses. The realization hits that no amount of work will change the nature of this person. Emma doesn't apologize. She doesn't offer to fix them. She simply stops talking and allows an uncomfortable silence to fill the space between them. Breaking the cycle requires the ability to sit in the tension of someone else's displeasure without trying to fix it. Emma walks away and returns to her desk, leaving the cupcakes and the need for approval behind. By stopping the fawning response, she immediately reclaims the mental energy she used to spend managing her coworkers' moods. Being disliked by a person whose values don't align with yours is a successful boundary. It is a sign that you are no longer being shaped by their hostility. True psychological maturity involves the willingness to be the villain in someone else's story. It is the only way to take your power back from people you never even respected.